The ritual is ended and the horrors have been defeated, but there's still so much screaming. This week on Hapless Heroes.
This just got really erotic.
Hello and welcome once again to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening.
Hi, Dave.
Well, hello there.
Hi.
Hi. Let's start, as we always do, by introducing our cast. This evening, we're going to start from my right, introducing Phil as Hedrick, the entertainer.
When is this all gonna be ending? I can't wait to get out of here.
To his right, we have Mike as Murph Eastlaw.
This has been such an adventure.
To his right, we have Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
I have a plan.
To his right, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
I think we did it.
And to his right, we have Zach as Pregnart.
We did it. We killed my gazebo.
You did it! You animals! You blew it up!
Blow me.
There was a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
A lot of blowing.
There was blowing. There was lightning from asses. There were counter spells aplenty, and
Yeah.
instantly refueling arcane wards from all this abjurating going on. And there was winds and a very prevalent green cloud.
Green cloud.
Green cloud.
And at the end of the fray, the Hand of Vecna and the Cleaver Gaunt that it spawned from it have been defeated. The ritual is stopped. The disease itself appears to be dissipating. You can almost see a thin yellow film dissolving from the air, starting from the cloud of dust that was the Cleaver Gaunt.
But we still hear screaming.
You still hear lots of screaming.
So much screaming.
Jarrell will position himself in the center of the area where it's all glowing from.
No. I'm going to dispel my sickening radiance now.
Okay, cool. That's probably a good idea.
The sickening radiance is now dispelled.
I've also dispelled my gust of wind.
The gust of wind is now no longer blowing around the remains of Mr. Bouchanks.
Jarrell will sit in the middle. He'll light some incense. He'll pray, and over a 10-minute ritual, he will detect disease in the center of the clearing area.
And your 10-minute ritual reveals that there is no disease left.
Now,
I'm removing the spacesuit.
do you take the spacesuit off?
If you're telling me it's clear of disease, I'm getting the fuck out of this stuffy ass thing.
All right, he does. I want to check
Okay.
if he's diseased.
And he is not diseased.
Okay.
Do we notice any physical difference? Do we feel anything?
No,
Any different?
all of you were dispelled before you suffered any other ill effects of the disease.
Like losing
you
limbs.
are fine.
So, to make sure that Jarrell knows this, he hops up and runs over to Pregnart and just takes off Pregnart's helmet with a...
With a what?
That's the noise it makes, and it slips off of Pregnart's
There's a little air seal.
Your
break.
Thuk is noted.
And is Pregnart diseased?
Pregnart is not diseased.
Yeah.
He is very pleased.
Pregnart is Pregnart.
I am not diseased. I am pleased.
You
Perfect.
heard it here first, folks.
Okay, guys. So I think
Pregnant gives Jarrell a little squeeze.
Aww.
Can we do a short rest?
Is that too? Am I laying on the cheese?
Don't be such
Yeah.
a cheese. Such a tease.
You can do a short rest. There appear to be no immediate threats.
Yeah.
How long does it take the entire city to be uncovered?
We're taking like 30 minutes here.
Yeah, a matter of minutes, and the entire exclusion zone is undiseased.
Cool.
So, are you choosing to take the short rest here?
Yes. But I think yes.
Jarrell spent.
Yes. There's no other way around this.
Okay.
Okay, you can presume to take your short rest.
Is there a song of rest here?
Oh, actually, guys, yeah, I'm doing a song of rest. Sorry, I knew I had something for a short rest. All right, everybody gains maximum the amount of hit points
From their.
for the hit dice you
Oh
choose
shit.
to use.
Okay, so I use 5.
Sorry, you
That's
don't even have
nice.
to roll. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do my inspiring leader and use my feet for the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna be playing a song while everybody's kind of in this montage, and you're gonna gain 16 extra hit points, temporary hit points that stack on top of any other temporary hit points you may have already had.
It's a beefing up full hill montage.
Bardic inspiration would be gone now,
10 minutes
right?
gone, yes.
Getting real strong. Getting
Singing
real
the-
strong.
I'm
Getting
singing
real
a song.
strong. Getting real strong.
Montage.
Montage.
Dun, dun.
Once we have all kind of short rested, Jarl will say to Felix, "How many of the local townsfolk do you feel we can get in this area?"
Oh yeah, because they're missing their limbs and probably
Yes.
actually dying now.
We should really help them.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen any of the townsfolk?
No.
No.
Oh,
We just
how do you know that?
we
We'd like to-
hear screaming.
Jarl
Okay.
would like to gather as many of the as he can that can
All right.
still move.
Yes, and as you guys start sweeping out into town, and I want to say it will take you. How do I want to do this?
Do we have any method of notifying the Omega Project that we've succeeded outside of what they would obviously see?
That's a good question. I don't think you established anything.
However, let's see. What's the range on this?
Can you use Slim Shady as
It's
like
within
a messenger
can.
pigeon or something like
I
that?
just
certain
I'd have to
range.
get I'd have to give her the instruction. I can't actually communicate with her beyond
The pot of
1,000
casting.
feet. I know, still 1,000 feet.
It's 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
I feel
pretty
like
good,
you
though.
could give her directions and she could go on autopilot.
I was going to say that it would take you 20 minutes to round up a block, but 1,000 feet on the pot of casting I would say let's cut that down to 5 minutes per block to round people up.
You have a
Sweet.
couple uses.
And I have my charges of my amplifier. If that would
Whoa.
increase range. at all.
Oh, for the pot of casting, it probably would.
I don't know what kind of percentage. That's up to you, Dave.
They can leave you reviews too, right? So
So to review, you have an alteration where you have. Explain that again. Sorry.
Is-
The pot of
As a
casting.
side note for me and the listeners.
So those basically amplify a range. We didn't write down, did we?
we talked about it last week.
Yeah. If I have anything that I would normally play or sing or something like that, or I just wanted to send my thoughts out into the unknown, like I would be able to use this pot of casting. The charges here are just like a personal amplifier that I wear. I have 5 charges.
Yeah, and you get 1d4 plus 1 at dawn.
Yeah.
And I would say that what does the amplifier do? Double range?
Yeah, it doubles the range of spells and effects that
Yeah.
require your sound.
I would probably rule if you put me to it that it would double the range of the pot of casting.
Cool.
That just seems to
Yeah,
Right.
makes sense to me.
yeah.
Now, I can also assume that I don't get to choose who hears me. If it's something.
Anyone within 2,000 feet.
Yeah, so this attracts a lot of attention.
Yeah, I feel like the message should be also like, for those of you who still have, I guess, like limbs where you can move.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can't, like, rate, leave a review on a scale of 0 to 10. At
How
what-
great of a
at-
job we did saving you.
At what your pain level is.
Frowny
0
face.
of 10 would not lose arm again.
Right. Would not recommend.
I would like my digits refunded.
Because obviously the people who can't walk here,
Yeah.
because they don't have fucking legs anymore,
Yeah.
we need to get them.
Is the
Now-
Omega Project 2,000 feet from us?
Ooh, that might be. Let's get towards the wall. And yeah.
Let's say a block is about 100 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you positioned right where you are, you could probably cover the entire exclusion zone in one broadcast.
2,000 feet.
Yes,
All right.
do it. And we want to call for the Omega Project help in moving.
They would hear you if you were to do part of the broadcast to them, I guess. 'cause
I'm
they
not
would
doing
be
the
just
I'm not doing the
outside.
broadcast. I'm just
Yeah.
asking Hedrick. Hedrick, can you communicate to as many people as possible to accumulate as close to me as humanly possible? I'm hoping to get as many people in 30 feet as we can.
I thought you'd never ask. I need a location that I can specify and they can visibly reach.
The park.
We're standing here.
Okay, just right here.
It's literally the center of everything.
Okay, perfect.
We can honor Mr. Bouchongs.
Yeah, Pregnart,
And have a candlelight vigil.
let's have some special.
While we
rules.
wait, maybe we can rebuild the gazebo.
Priorities, Jarrell. I'm sorry, Pregnar. I just people are falling apart, literally.
Yes, yes. But Pregnant's gazebo fell apart. So
We can't bring him back. It would break my heart to lose him again.
that's adorable.
In like a really sad way.
Yeah, yeah.
This one goes out to Mr. Bouchongs. Doom, doom, doom. If anyone's out there, you can hear me right now, and you may or may not be missing limbs or facial features. You need to make your way to the park immediately, pronto, okay? We're talking Armageddon, not Armageddon, okay? Now, we got some news for you
Armageddon.
instead of Armageddon.
Seems a little glib of a tone for this message.
Go on.
Further instruction will follow. Come to the park immediately. Gather and measure on a rating system. Leave a review 1 through 10 of your average pain level. We will have you treated and taken care of accordingly. Thank you.
That seemed proper.
Yeah, that
Yeah, not tone deaf or
Those are our reviews. Those
no,
are our
but
reviews.
using the review system for people to leave their locations so that they can get medical attention is
yeah.
a pretty ingenious gaming of the rules there. I like that a lot.
And how many of those people respond with a rating?
This concludes your pod broadcast.
Wait, part of that spell is people leaving reviews. Did I miss that?
You can hear the thoughts of every
It's the
creature
item.
within the area.
Yeah, you get to hear what they think of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all respond to you as well as hearing you.
Yes, there are 50 different reports through the city. They're all through the exclusion zone in different areas.
Okay.
I think we just sum it up as that with a
Fucking hell.
distribution of ratings between 1 and 10.
So Hedrick's head is swimming. He throws it back. Whoa! Oh, wow. Okay. There's a lot of people out there, guys. And it ain't looking good.
How many people does it seem like are out there? Couldn't you tell
About 50.
that? There are 50 people?
Like, yeah, so he got 50 people's information blasted into his head at once.
Do those people arrive?
Those people do not arrive because I was under the impression that if they were leaving ratings, that they needed someone to come to them.
Yes.
Otherwise, that they should be, if ambulatory, don't leave a rating, just come to the middle
Okay,
of town.
okay, got it.
And I can approximate those 50 are scattered all over the
Yes.
Okay.
If you were to really concentrate, you could probably remember the details and write it down, and that would take you about 10 minutes, probably.
Yeah, I say after the 10 minutes, like we keep Jarrell here in the center, to kind of take people in. Hopefully the Omega Project arrives as well. I'm gonna try to get to the gates, let them know, and we'll get a whole group to come in here and start.
Yeah, hundreds of people are already descending on the center of the square.
Okay,
Like-
how many can fit within 30 feet of me? A 30-foot radius, all around Jarrell.
That's a good question.
How many people?
How many square feet does a person take up standing?
I mean, you occupy a 5-foot square.
I would say,
this
yeah,
isn't a
let's say 4
combat.
square feet. So we're gonna do math here, folks.
Napkin math.
So It's a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay, so
60
pi
foot
times
diameter.
30 squared.
Are we talking about like a person in square feet as a cylinder?
How many people can you fit in a circle?
Yeah, because I'm looking for a number of square
A
feet,
radius.
and then we're going to say each person takes up 5 square feet. So now we can do the math. 28, 26.
5 square feet? Really?
It needs space for the
Oh, yeah.
magics to work
Oh, that
around
makes sense.
them.
Yeah, just, on the ground profile.
Yeah, sure.
there, how many people we can cram into there.
That follows.
You have to lay down on the ground.
565
It's
can.
like-
So
565.
we're going to say 550, just for sort of round numbers.
Jarrell is going to yell to all of them as they start appearing. He's going to say, I can only do so many every half an hour. I do hope that this helps. And he hopes that they all will kind of gather around, and he will turn the tide again.
So you would have to do 10 of these if you're doing it every half hour.
So I'm going to be here for a while.
Yes. 10
Um,
times, so 5 hours that
So
you would be working on
Jarrell,
this.
so I mean, I said that we pretty much just like I'm gonna try to inform the project to get people to him faster, and we're gonna spend whatever time we have left if like the coast is clear,
Yeah.
and like start healing the masses.
When Jarrell sees you running off, he just says, tell them all. Tell them. And
Wait, leave the soup.
That's a great idea, Pragnart. I'm gonna take out the 12 remaining quarts of chicken soup.
12 quarts
Or
of
wait,
chicken
no, I'm sorry,
soup.
11 remaining quarts of chicken soup.
11 quarts of chicken soup.
Yes,
What are you doing with 11 quarts of chicken soup?
it's
At room temperature, by the way.
It's Pragnart's chicken soup.
Okay.
And he's the cook.
It's a salty soup, okay? It's been a couple hours. It's fine.
Okay. No, that's fine.
And-
Just, you have 11 quarts of room temperature soup. What are you doing with it?
sharing it.
Prestidigitizing it to heat it, and then just
Yes.
serving it to the masses.
I'm using shape water
Okay.
to portion it out.
All right.
So it's like literally just floating out of these
Yeah.
jars now, and like portioning it into I'm sure he's carrying now what
Nope. There's just floating portions of chicken soup midair that I'm using shape water to command.
Pregnart the soup bender.
Wiggle fingers.
wiggle fingers.
Yes, Pregnart does what can only be described as soup bending and is serving people minuscule but still, appreciable size portions of chicken noodle soup.
Now, does this
Jarrell is
expedite the process at all?
Digitized to a yes. We're gonna say that you can feed them about as quickly as Jarrell can heal them.
Okay.
Dude, we are doing good work right here. Valen will be
Yes.
proud.
Yeah.
This is a thing that the people are going to remember. Like, this is like a prime heroic feat going on right now. You've cured a disease and you are literally healing and feeding the masses in the center of town. through
Delicious chicken noodle
supernatural
soup.
means.
We need to redeem.
How are they liking the soup?
Yeah, we need to redeem our image after certain events have tarnished it as of late.
Yes, this is definitely helping. Although, I mean, you did amazing things at the theater as well.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Has Dilbertram been here the whole time?
Yes, he has.
Where was he?
I didn't even notice him.
Pretending he wasn't here.
He had his own spacesuit and everything.
Yes, he had his own spacesuit and everything. Nobody asked about him.
Wow.
And you were just pretending he wasn't here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quite literally healing and feeding the masses in the center of town. This is a just first order heroic event that is going on. And it's obviously amazing PR for the heroes of the Kingdom of Vesh who are just sort of traveling the world doing awesome things at this point.
Are we getting lots of yummy noises from the crowd?
Yes. Actually, the soup is a gigantic hit. One, because people really haven't eaten in days.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even weeks at this point. This is the first nutrition they're getting of any kind, and they're being healed. Their nightmare is finally coming to an end.
Does anybody notice and remark on the little touch of saffron that Pregnard has added?
I think they would. Hedrick is going around singing a song and trying to hit like the backs of the line to tell them how good the soup is and tell them about the flavors and the natural healing and medicinal effects.
Wow, we've
it can
turned the
have.
most horrifying thing that could be happening to a community and are making it.
How if
into
we
a-
just turn this into dinner theater?
Now barely palatable for the masses. They're like, this could be worse.
Today sucked way worse 5 minutes ago.
If
Yeah.
there was anyone to come in and like do a theater thing for these people, it's also Pregnart and Hedrick. And
This is true.
I guess Quinn.
Also,
Quinn's
I know
kind of
that we're
entertaining.
in work mode, but I would like to potentially discuss, after obviously all the healing's done, potentially petitioning for the name Heroes of Telduria or HOT. Hot. Just putting it out there. I feel like Hokov is a bit cumbersome, and at this point, we're international.
Are we having a hot hero summer?
Oh, I look at that right like where your head's at. Non-pregnant voice.
See, here's the thing, and it might be that while I was working in maintenance, I've listened to way too much Jim Rome, but you do not self-gloss. You don't get to give yourself a nickname.
We don't get to rebrand.
No, you don't get to do that. The people decide who you are, and I'm not sure what the people have decided yet.
Right.
That's fair.
Does Felix go get the Omega Project?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do the Omega
Oh, no,
Project-
the Omega Project starts getting in through the walls as soon as you start things. They're helping with some of the logistics of getting people kind of lined up and organizing them a little bit better. But it's very clear that the heroes have sort of taken the center stage here and are directing the efforts to heal, feed, and entertain.
Hans and Franz and Manservant will enter the area
Yes, they will.
with all of Jarrell's stuff, and he's gonna just set up like an awesome little camp in town square next to Bushka.
Mr. Bouchon?
Next to the remains of Mr. Bouchon.
Yes.
The horrible pile of Mr. Bouchon's corpse.
Do we burn? Do we cremate Mr. Bouchon?
Yes.
I
It's the obvious answer.
Jarrell will do a ceremony even, so that Mr. Bouchon can never be brought back as the undead.
Would it be a,
You know what?
Thank you.
This is good.
That's amazing.
Good. I'm glad you remember where you are. I'm glad you haven't forgotten who I am.
Yeah. This is good. Thank you for making sure that Mr. Bouchon can never come back to haunt us.
Pregnard gives you the biggest hug when you're in the middle of this ritual.
Jarrell is very happy.
now, is it a cleansing by fire? Are you cremating him?
Well,
Or-
we could cremate him, but it's definitely, I don't know what.
I mean, he's made of wood. It seems like an almost natural choice.
I guess Jarrell's just doing the ceremony, and Pregnart can do what he will with
Yeah.
Mr. Bouchon.
Everyone's holding hands around the fire for those people who still have hands.
Oh.
Mr. Bouchon.
And we're all just.
I would say after this is all over with, after the memorial in which Mr. Bouchon served as his own funeral pyre,
the Bouchon's wood chunks?
after that happens in the aftermath of this very touching ceremony, the sort of thing that would be broadcast commercial free as a special across Telduria if TV were a thing.
Mr. Bouchon's the ex-gazebo.
Which is after Gazebe?
No.
It'd be
No.
Gazebo.
Gazebo would be after Gazi
Gazexpo.
N.
It'd be
Gazi-
Gazexpo.
It's between Gazi N and Gazi P. That's
Okay.
where gazebo is.
Good. I'm glad we've got this sorted out. The Hapless Heroes Destroy the English Language, Part 2.
So now that Jarrell's tent's all set up, I guess Franz and Hedrick will start performing for the people
Yeah,
as
I would love
the
to.
night's kind of coming up. And
Yes.
Yeah.
And as you are continuing to perform this ritual on a schedule to get everybody through, I would like you to make either a religion or a medicine check.
all right, definitely better at religion checks. 11.
11. So one thing you would know is with a significant amount of time of continued care, some of these people can be made more whole than they are, but you're not sure exactly how long that would take.
Jarl turns to Felix and says, "How can we help these people? We need to rebuild their lives somehow. Can your Omega project help with artificial limbs in any way?"
I mean, that wasn't like my division, but I wouldn't put it past them, buddy.
Can we call a meeting? Will you and Zero together? I feel like you would have some pull with helping them help these people if they're not planning on it already.
Are you suggesting a dark vision meeting?
As long as whoever comes from the Omega project has dark vision. You realize it's very rude if we don't ask that before we just assume that they have dark vision.
Oh, there's a whole
and then
dark-
they don't know that we're just talking in the dark.
Listen, Jarrell.
We've done it before.
Jarrell, there's a whole dark vision division.
They talk about it. They do.
There is a dark vision division in the project.
Are they gonna? Okay, yes. You know better than I.
It's just a shame that over the audio of a podcast, the audience cannot hear me rolling my eyes at that one.
Dark vision division?
Yes, that one.
I feel like I'm time traveling and hearing our collective audience groan from that too.
So I guess after we've healed as many people as they bring to us,
Yes.
we're entertaining them, we're feeding them.
Yes.
Jarl would like to take a long rest.
Yes, this is an appropriate time for a long rest.
Yeah, after you've like healed the masses and we're all just spent, I think Felix probably just passes out face first on the ground somewhere.
And we're kind of waiting on the meeting when we all wake up.
Right.
Yes. Now, I would say at this point, although maybe not do it right now, that I'm invoking, Elder Scrolls rules. And now that you've taken a long rest, this is where you would level up. So
Awesome.
you will have a homework assignment of leveling up to level 12.
It's so hard. I wish Fran still did it for me.
And now you have to do two characters.
Oh yeah, 3. 4. I have 4 characters. You gotta
All of
have,
which
you
you
gotta
will
have
level
Hondo
up to
ready
keep
whenever
yourself in practice.
Right.
So yes, the homework assignment will be level 12 now that we've reached the long rest and triggered it. If there's anything immediately that you get at level 12 that you know off the top of your head and you use out of combat, it would be eligible to use in this episode at this point. But do the actual leveling up, offline after this thing.
Can I roll a performance check for my playing and storytelling? I mean, I'm basically trying to recount, let this entire crowd know.
Well,
what
I
we've
figured
done.
just between Franz, Hedrick, and Pregnart that we're pretty talented.
This
we
is
could
for
handle it,
like
right?
the reputation. I want to make sure everybody knows, like, to spread
I'm
the
cool
word
rolling
about
for
the
it.
best thing that's happened to them.
I love this idea. Roll away at it.
Cool.
Make a performance check like you've never made
All
another
right,
one
I'm
before.
gonna do it.
What'd you do?
You're setting yourself up for failure
That's what
anytime
I'm
you guys
saying.
ask to roll.
I've never even rolled
Wow.
this.
You rolled a nat 1.
I have a plus 13, and I rolled a nat 1. So
Nat 1
You could
takes
have just
over on
left
that.
well enough alone.
yeah, you could have left it alone.
well, I thought I had help, but that's
And Nat 1 doesn't. No help is for the nat.
Well, help gives you advantage.
Leaving Will enough alone doesn't really
how
part of
about,
our brand.
how about
No.
this? Franz is helping him. He starts off rough. Like
He
it's
does.
bad.
He
And Jarrell's minstrel comes in
Yeah.
to save the day. Oh,
yes,
shown up by
yes. That's perfect.
and a dancing Pregnart with his wonderful water suit.
He's a
Technicolor-
dancing
Wait, am I still
Pregnart.
controlling those soup blobs?
We fed everybody now.
Yeah,
we're,
yeah,
we're-
everyone's
now we're
already been
entertaining
fed.
them.
Now it's a water suit.
So they've been healed, fed, and now they're being thoroughly entertained. Wow.
except all my strings broke
At
on my
once.
lute. Yeah.
no one was even paying attention to you at all.
Does Quinn play along at all?
What? Quinn's not there.
Oh yeah, but Quinn would be there. He was with the Omega Project. Does Quinn show up and play at all, knowing that they've called on the Omega Project? He was talking with the Centaur for disease control, wasn't he?
We're going to keep it at the party that's here right now, just because it's going to turn into a absolute quagmire of stuff.
We
if
did it
everyone's running too
just
hard
for the one
at a
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was enough.
Yeah.
I like it as an artistic thing, but as a mechanical thing, it's really it's gonna bog things down. I'm trying to avoid that right
Well, it depends on what we're doing, because I feel like if Zero, Quinn, Felix, and Jarrell were having a meeting in the morning, that would make more sense than having Murph there.
now. Yeah, I would say with the morning, like after the long rest, you can switch up characters, perhaps.
Okay. Is anyone switching characters?
Wait, we're still on the ground.
We're in the
right?
park.
We're level
Yeah.
12 now.
We're in the park.
It's like
Jarrell's like
hours
yeah,
have gone
hours
by.
have gone
probably
by.
the next morning.
Everyone is here, but
Right.
I just for a sort of
Yeah, it's the next morning.
logistical decision. Sort of dawn has happened on the park. People have been entertained. They slept it off.
Yeah, I mean, like
There's
the
a-
Omega Project probably set up tents and
Yeah.
like things like that, so that we can all just like kind of.
Emergency bivouacking is happening
Exactly.
here in the middle of the park. And everybody is there, but just for administrative purposes, just run one character at a time, everybody.
Yes.
So does Zero come down?
Yeah, so Zero is down. He's mingling. And he has passed along some word to some people he knows at the Omega Project who happen to be a little bit too excited to affix prosthetics upon these poor people.
Right. Now that we've long rested, Jarrell is going to use create food and water, and he makes 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water, and it is literally whatever Pregnart asks of him.
Wait. So Jarrell can conjure the food, but Pregnar gets to describe what it is.
Or I would roll. He could conjure ingredients.
Yes.
45 pounds of ingredients.
And all that water. 30 gallons of water. So you can make whatever you want for breakfast.
We need ingredients for blueberry lime sody pop and eggs Benedict.
Just 45 pounds of eggs, Benedict.
I mean, this is gallons and gallons of hollandaise.
There's so many of us. Does it have to be that much, or can it be up to that much?
It's like
I
the story
can do
of
it 3
loaves
times.
and fishes, but with eggs Benedict.
I can have
We're not gonna waste that much food.
135 pounds
Well,
of food. Depends on how much it takes to feed everybody that's here.
Well, how many people are here again?
A couple hundred.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Several thousand.
Yeah, and with the Omega Project too. So would 135 pounds of food even cover half of it?
We'll portion it out. It'll be fine.
Yeah, if he was able to do something appreciable with 11 quarts of chicken noodle soup for 5,000 people, yes, I'm going to say this is sort of a very bizarre take on the loaves and fishes
So when
with eggs Benedict.
when you check in on Jarrell, he has about 5 pounds of food himself that he had specially requested of Pregnant to make. You know,
Okay.
the typical pancakes and ham and sausage and bacon and toast.
Those don't need to be conjured. Those are part of the normal
Standard.
rations the heroes would carry around.
We already have that.
Pregnant
available.
definitely travels with that.
Yeah. Also, I would say the airship is probably moored in the park right now.
Cool. I like that image.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big clearing. It's like Central Park. There's the big empty area where Mr. Bushanks previously lived.
Bouchonks.
So now, have we set up our full camp? Because we have like a lot of people. with
Yes.
us.
The entire entourage is here.
So all the interns,
The crew.
yeah, they're all down here, just partying it up,
Yeah.
and
Is-
we're waiting for the meeting still.
Is the altar still in one piece, or is that destroyed?
No, the altar was destroyed with Mr. Bushanks.
I just wanted to make sure. I
Mr.
kind of wanted to make like
The altar
a-
was literally part of Mr. Bushanks
Right.
when he became animated.
I kind of wanted to take like the remnants and make a little cairn to like mark the place of where Bushanks was birthed and destroyed.
I feel like that's only respectful.
You can take chunks of the altar.
Wait. So we're gonna put a statue of a gazebo where a gazebo used to be?
well, no,
A statue of a gazebo made of the old gazebos.
Right.
No, like a stack of objects.
yeah,
What's it
it
called,
was,
a
sorry.
cairn?
it was really just some sort of random
Yeah.
collection to tower up and make a little monument to represent the events that
You
occurred.
pick
The
up some
gazebo
of
that
the,
fought for us.
Some of the
Yeah.
bigger boo chunks.
The wood chunks of Bushanks.
Powerful grouping of words there.
It was a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that happened. So we're on to the next day, and the Omega Project, as an Omega Project is wont to do, would have a sort of a debriefing over what's going on. So, who all is at this debriefing meeting?
Felix
Jarrell.
is totally there.
Felix, Jarrell,
Paradil's there.
Paradil's there. Okay.
Pregnant's there.
Quinn is there.
All right.
And Hedrick follows. Hedrick
is
these
there.
guys go.
Zero is looming quietly in the background.
Okay.
Arion Black is nowhere to be found.
Of course.
Fair enough.
And then, as everyone is gathered, a even more haggard and harried Rick Sokovac, the Centaur for Disease Control, comes bursting in, kind of busting.
Galloping in?
It's not even really a gallop. It's a little more unsure. It's almost as if a giraffe were trying to enter the room the same way Kramer would.
Oh, okay.
A little nervous and jerky. She's running way too much caffeine or whatever it is that Omega Project scientists use to burn the midnight oil
Was it
in
propane?
their brain cells. Anti-pain.
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 Subtractorol.
The off-brand.
Wow.
Yeah.
She busts in and her normal rapid pace. Thank you, gentlemen. It's absolutely fantastic that everybody has come here today to debrief this absolutely miraculous healing of the masses. I'm absolutely blown away by what the heroes of the Kingdom of Vesh, heroes of Telduria, you really are.
I like the sound of that.
That's hot.
Please say more.
Well, as much as I could gush, there really are a lot of people who still need to be repaired. It's going to take months and months to get these
Rebuild. Rebuild.
Just take them to the
Yes.
shop.
repaired.
A lot of people
She's-
need to be glued back together.
Well, yes, but only if you mean the super special biological glue that our transhumanism they're really a transnomism department. They're all gnomes, every single one of them, and they're building prosthetics gleefully as we speak. It's honestly just a little teensiest bit disturbing, but they're going to put arms and legs and limbs and feet and toes and all the things that people need back on them. Except science-y.
As you say transhumanist, you just hear, oh, in the background, and that's it.
Is that to do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we could possibly do transgoosist. I'm not sure. Do
He seems fine.
Do you need a cybernetic beak?
I don't believe he does. He's just making noise out there.
I'm sorry, their enthusiasm is a bit contagious, and some of the academic stimulants that we're using are a little bit contagious as well. It's
Mixed stimulus.
listen, don't knock it until you try it, okay?
That's a fancy word for drugs.
Yes, of course we use
I was
drugs.
thinking Red Bull.
I think an organization like
Downy
the
Red
Omega
Bull.
Project could not sustain itself if not for drugs.
Purely
Every
academic.
single kind of them.
Right.
Right. Tireless nights. You know, that's why they're building the Warforged, because they don't have to sleep. I also realized that Felix no longer needs to sleep. I still need to rest, but I don't need to sleep.
Good to know.
More
So
time for science.
Jarrell is going to ask, are we able to really rebuild all of these people?
Rebuild, heal, more or less the same thing, but yes, but it's going to take months. I mean, the rehabilitation, the healing, the grafting, the anti-rejection protocols.
My servants and I will help for as long as we can.
Really?
Yes, of course.
That would be fantastic. We tend to not have very deep staff in the arts of the divine, and honestly, divine healing would be exactly the sort of thing we need to really incorporate these technological marvels that we've created with life.
I am at your service. As Toast enters the room.
Running in through one door and busting out the flaps at the other end. Just the quick run-through cameo. that
Oh, he
Toast
is
made.
still alive. Look at him.
What the hell? Does he always do that?
Did you never meet him? Oh, yes, he's fantastic.
Yeah, you just get used to it.
Ugh, I'm usually a fan of sounds, but damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, his is more of an assault on the eardrums.
You got that right.
So
What is the rest of the party doing now that it looks like the time in this town is beginning to wrap up?
Felix is going to probably take a few moments to discuss with Rixa, since I'm assuming the Centaur for Disease Control would know of some further. No, actually, I don't want to loop them into that. I'm gonna try to see if I can loan a local private research facility, preferably offshore.
The
Offshore.
Our floating research facility doesn't count for you.
We just built it, and the work I'm doing could be quite volatile.
What work are you doing?
I can't discuss the details right now.
I feel like I'm glad I'm staying here.
I think I know what you're referring to, and we can absolutely reach out to the right people for that.
That'd be great. I will stay here and assist the project in the meantime.
Yeah.
I'll let Jarrell do all the healing stuff, but if there's anything you guys require,
Absolutely.
I'm happy to reassist. I could use a nice refreshing break doing some science rather than almost dying.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Mhm.
Murph and/or Quinn, what are you guys up to?
What's the direction we're going in at this point? Like what?
That-
What are the?
nothing-
What's the choice that I'm making?
No shit has come to light yet.
Right. So I feel like
We could do a couple. I mean, we still have all that treasure in that stash, like there's all that stuff all over the place, scattered all over. the
Running
car.
errands.
Right.
sure, but I mean, like in this moment, the two of them, Murph is gonna study his spell book. He's on a high at this point from his last encounter.
Using
so
some of those
he-
academic stimulants.
Yeah, he's just super excited to just be kind of that's the spellcaster of the group, and he's studying. Quinn is just making kind of basically he's been trying to make sure that he is as much the captain of the ship as Zero.
Well, Zero's just the pilot.
That's what right.
But how are you proving this, Quinn?
That I'm right. It's
Do you have a new hat?
oh yeah.
Is it bigger than Zero's?
It is it is bigger than Zero.
With a little bit of asking,
it.
you are set up with the finest haberdasher.
It is
in
yeah.
town.
I've had some time
What's
to
your budget for this hat?
Do you have like a big the big fella that goes down the back to like your mid back? Like that how big this
I'm thinking like Captain Hook from the movie Hook.
Yeah.
but bigger.
But
The
bigger.
hat's huge. The
Like
feather is
it's
even
almost
bigger.
like a
Yeah.
it's almost like a 10-gallon hat
Or sombrero.
that that is just like
A pirate sombrero.
Yeah.
it's almost too big for my head,
obviously.
but perfect. But perfect at the same
How
time.
much are you looking to spend on this gaudy piece of headwear?
Also, I'm saying, if you were to stand the hat on its side, would it be as tall as you? So that it would stand.
Am I
vertically?
wearing heels?
I don't know.
That's
Are
an
you?
favorite follow-up question right
Boots.
there.
Your boots probably give you. a
Yeah, I
little
feel like my boots would have a little bit of a heel to them. So not quite.
Okay, not quite. Just trying to see how comically wide this hat is.
or long.
Like you're
And
gonna
he's
be,
absolutely
Quinn is also not.
batshit at
Quinn's
this
not
point.
super tall.
but you're gonna have hard time fitting through doorways with.
It's sure.
Look, Nash calls for
are you taking
sacrifices.
notes of this in case Quinn is part of the next?
I am.
next arc? Yeah. So Quinn has pretty much stationed himself at the helm
Yes,
of
and
the airship.
this hat is batshit huge, by the way. I mean,
Oh,
we're
spending.
going beyond the flying nun.
I gotta get Quinn's sheet out. Sorry.
Now, what color is this
quite a
hat,
bit of
by the
money.
way?
What?
What color is this hat?
Oh, it's red.
Yes, perfect. Okay. Good,
kind of
that's what
red?
I was hoping for.
Like that scarlet, but almost burgundy.
Is the rest of
Like,
your outfit scarlet
okay.
too, or is it just the hat?
Um.
Like, do you have like a suede suit on at this point?
Yes. I'm really going for a Captain
Like,
Hook look at this
yeah,
point.
Okay.
in my head, I've got something like is the same color but even bigger and more exaggerated than Carmen Sandiego's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the feather is purple.
Oh. What
That's
kind of purple?
fantastic.
Like almost like a violet, but shimmers. So it kind of has like almost like a white, weird shimmer.
The fringe of the feathers,
Yeah.
like kind of, it's like sparkly.
Pearlescent.
But it's
even.
yeah, good word. Pearlescent.
I like this, the leaning into the hero image at this point.
Yeah.
We're just saying this for Phil.
Yeah.
And so all of his buttons are purple.
Ooh,
And then I would say there's a little bit of a tail to his coat.
a little bit of a tail.
A little bit of a tail.
That's where he's gonna rein in the details of the suit.
I mean, it's not a gown.
All right.
Little bit of a tail.
Hedrick, what's he up to?
Well, first thing, he's going to have to replace his strings, if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Fra-
I'm sure
Franz-
he knows
yeah.
what he's doing.
And Franz can provide you with help on that too.
Secondly, he's going to get close to Zero. He's one of the members of this group that he has always felt a strange curiosity over and very much just wants to like pick this guy's brain. So he's showing him the amplifier and he's telling him how well it worked with the pod of casting. And he's just running experiments with his flute and with his harmonica and his lute and just trying different techniques. He's also spending time getting to know the rest of the interns. Now that we have downtime, like he's just relaxing. That's what he does the best. When he's not performing, he just chills. So he's just shooting the breeze and he keeps making remarks over Quin's hat. Something about overcompensation. But he's not judging. He's just, admiring the suit and just saying, I don't know why his hat's so big. I mean, damn, he's got in the shade. He's everywhere he goes. He's casting an 8-foot long shadow, and he's only five. What are you? 5
5'5",
feet?
5'6".
He's only-
Yeah.
Schmedium.
Schmedium.
We're going to say, by the way, that hat cost 100 gold.
So I already took 1,000 gold for the whole outfit.
Okay, perfect. That's great. And that gives me a better sense of how bizarre that outfit is.
It's pretty.
Is it a plus
extravagant.
one outfit at 1,000? Plus
It
one
should
appropriate.
be.
Plus one charisma.
Plus one appropriate clothes.
We'll discuss that offline.
Yeah.
I don't want to bog things down too much with that, but I like where the head is at. So, just looping it back towards Hedrick, then making comments over this, yes, absolutely fantastically gaudy outfit.
I'm filling in the rest of the
Yeah.
crew about all the particular details I did while I was safely under the cover of greater invisibility.
Yeah.
So everybody might remark, like, I don't remember seeing this guy do anything, and I'm making very sure that everyone knows, like, I was a key member in this.
And you
play.
dealt the final blow while
Yeah.
coming out of invisibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Felix would know what was going on.
Felix will vouch for Hedrick
Yeah.
because Hedrick saved Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say I'm trying to incorporate a particular handshake, which with each one of the members, it's a unique, different handshake. Like, just me and you got this, Pregnard. All right, this is how you do it. All right, jaw rail up top. All right, Felix down low.
No, I interrupt you when you do that, and I just I kind of sidestep your hand, and I just tickle your wrist.
I'm very ticklish, Felix.
Zero, by the way, is absolutely fascinated with the amplifier and working with that. And he may get with you on downtime to try to work on that at some point. He thinks it's a really cool project, though.
Yeah, I thought it was just something we could bond over.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's something that could even be improved on in the future.
You're just pretty much playing a set for Zero.
Oh, Zero's my hero. I want to give him my best.
So, and Zero is just sort of being in the mood of being the helmsman, walking around, strutting around. He's still wearing the same admiral's kind of looking hat, very more modern naval, and with a steaming mug of black WD or 10W40 oil.
Does it still say helmsman?
World's best airship pilot.
Airship pilot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pregnart and Paradil, what are you guys doing?
So, Paradil's feeling a little hungry, and he walks over to the ship's galley, and he sees Pregnart inside, and Pregnart is whipping up some chili, but at the same time he's stirring the pot. But Pregnart notices over on the chopping block,
Yeah.
there's these animated knives that are sort of sharpening themselves on whetstones.
Ooh.
And Paradil's very intrigued. And he's like, huh. do you mind if I check out how sharp your knives are?
Oh, yes, I like to keep my knives very sharp, and you may try one.
Oh, thank you. And Paradil goes over to take a knife. And the knife, since it's animated, sort of is taken aback at first, but Paradil knows his
Stranger
way
danger.
Around, yeah, Paradil knows his way around cutlery. So as soon as he makes contact, the knife sort of eases into his grasp, and he starts cutting a tomato. And this is the sharpest kitchen implement Paradil has ever seen.
Ooh.
And so he says, Pregnart, would you mind, sharpening my knives sometime? My swords.
This just got really erotic.
Is that a euphemism?
This is not erotic.
Wow.
This is
Everybody's
have you
into
watched
pregnant.
porn?
these are these are knife guys just talking shop.
That's
all
right. That's right.
Of course. Yeah.
People who appreciate good steel and cutlery.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
They're bonding.
Pregnart takes a
Oh,
sip.
they'll be bonding.
Pregnart takes a sip of his chili from his wooden spoon.
Now, is this a breakfast chili?
No, it's just a regular chili.
It's
At
lunchtime.
breakfast
We've
time.
been- we've
It's
been
lunchtime. No,
we've
it's
been
lunchtime.
lunch now.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
Pregnart is trying to monitor the ship's health. He's noticed some people are looking a little soggy around the midsection. This is a nice turkey chili.
Ooh.
And he's just trying to keep everybody's cholesterol levels pretty low,
Yummy.
trying to keep the health in check.
He's
And,
taking good care of the crew.
Yeah. So Pregnart says, yeah.
Yes, of course, I will help you sharpen your swords.
And Paradil says, oh, thank you.
All right. Jarrell, what is Jarrell and what is Dr. Dudu up to?
Jarrell is just making sure that he's helping with the Omega Project. Hans, Franz, and Manservant are both helping him and helping the party load and unload the ship. Basha's making a really pretty good ale that he's kind of sharing with the crew primarily because he can only make so much at a time.
See where his priorities are.
Yeah. And Dudu is kind of just circling, but eventually he does fly down and try to catch Pregnant while he's either on the ship or outside for a little bit. How was your adventure, Pregnant?
It was good, but a little sad.
Why was it sad?
I made a new friend, but he died.
That's terrible.
I know he was a gazebo. His name was Mr. Bouchonks.
He sounds like a
He was
very
the
good
nicest
friend.
gazebo I have ever met.
Oh, Pregnant. And Dudu will go into his rum sack and present Pregnant with a cocktail sausage.
Pregnart opens up the little vial of Bouchonk's ashes that he kept around his neck. I don't know what he's doing.
Put the sausage in the vial.
Yeah, he dips the cocktail sausage inside and eats it. No! Not the entire vial of ashes, just a little dusting,
And does that taste good?
It doesn't matter. It's for the spirit of Bouchonks. He is a part of me forever now.
You have some
This
weird
is-
customs.
This is such a moving tribute that a single tear of motor oil drips down from Zero's right eye.
That seems like more of a malfunction.
Possibly.
You might want to get that checked out, Zero.
All right. So, and that is the scene with the party all sort of settling into their newfound fame, their newfound friends, their newfound abilities, even possibly, and relishing in the adulation of being the heroes of yet another city. Things going on sort of at the end of this. Felix is riding off into the temporary sunset to go do some science at a safe third-party location where certain airships can't be detonated, defiled, or destroyed by whatever it is that he's working on.
Whatever it is he's working on.
Jarrell, being the noble paladin that he is volunteering to stay behind and assist with the project to keep these people healed.
Yeah.
All of these actions are contributing very highly to the renown of the heroes, who are now not just heroes of the Kingdom of Vesh, but heroes of Telduria as a whole, as the legend of you spreads far and wide for noble deeds and daring defeats of Angus Kor and messages in bottles. It's all sort of
Right.
building up, and as you are becoming bigger heroes and stronger, and your level is sort of increasing correspondingly, you're becoming a bigger deal in this world.
Right. I imagine it just kind of like fades out as we're restocking the airship,
Yeah.
like filling it all up
Almost.
with stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do we have an outro
Wait.
from Felix?
Wait.
No.
Okay.
You have an outro from Fran.
You have an outro from the DM who's about to jump in
All right.
next episode.
I'm excited.
So as the camera fades,
Yeah. Tell me more.
a carrier pigeon flies into this park. And on Quin's lap drops a letter from... There are 3 names on this letter.
Oh.
James Gare, Derek One-Eye Dudley, and Tessa Southwind.
Dun dun.
Wait.
dun.
James Gare. What was the second one?
One-Eyed Dudley.
Oh,
Derek One-Eye Dudley.
Derek. Ooh,
Derek One-Eyed Dudley.
He actually, and it is signed with one eye in quotations, like 1-I.
Right.
One Eye, Dudley,
And Tessa Southwind.
and Tessa.
And it is literally written at attention, Quin Southwind.
Clearly, yeah.
Not Lord Captain.
No.
Uh-huh.
Actually, no, I would say Captain Southwind.
Okay.
Captain Quin Southwind.
From Tessa.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You don't recognize this name.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Who the fuck is Tessa?
And with that is where we're going to call this episode. If you like us, we can be found on the internet. We are in such places as both Twitter and Instagram at Hapless Heroes. We are on Facebook, search for Hapless Heroes Podcast. We are even on Reddit /r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. Each and every single one of those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server, where you can meet and chat and interact with us on a daily basis for a wide variety of topics, both including Dungeons and Dragons and even the other fun parts of life that aren't Dungeons and Dragons, be they other video games, cute pets, dank memes, whatever. We are there for you, and we want to interact with you, the audience, in this wonderful community that we have cultivated. Now, if you really like us, though, you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We are available anywhere that decent or okay or even good podcasts like ours can be downloaded. We are on Apple iTunes. We are on Google Play,
Stitcher,
Podbean, and even Spotify.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm using all the time. Oh, it's very convenient for me. Now, if you really, really like us, you can donate to our Patreon, which is contributing to the ongoing costs of running this show. Not that we're in it for the money, we really aren't. And
No, but it's just been helpful for maintenance, honestly.
absolutely, it keeps our equipment running and upgrading and giving you the quality of audio that you as an audience frankly deserve out of us.
And if you like us, right now you like us, Sally Field and the whole deal, do a cheesecake belly flop. That's right. Make a cheesecake the size of a swimming pool. Devise a floating apparatus to float this cheesecake on the surface of a swimming pool underneath a high diving board and climb atop that board. Start playing the theme song to Hapless Heroes, and at the moment of the first cymbal crash, jump from atop that board and do your best cheesecake belly flop.
I'm pretty sure that's suicidal. You would drown in the cheesecake.
Oh, you're fine.
What a way to go, right?
No, the cheesecake is only in a couple
That's
inches
where I wanna
deep.
be.
It's like floated
Yeah.
on top.
But then you're gonna be under a
Tom,
giant
Tom,
cheesecake, and you
Yeah,
have to
but
get
I
your way
mean,
out of a
but
cheesecake.
there'll be a
so you
person-sized
breathe
hole.
again.
Is there a graham
Flap
cracker
through.
crust?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Cheesecake
Then I'm
belly
happy.
flop would be another great name for a
Actually,
band.
no, not a graham cracker. Not a graham cracker crust. A ginger snap crust.
Oh, shit. If it's not ginger snap, get out of here.
Yeah,
You
that,
failed the request.
And with that
if it's not ginger
Bold.
snap, it don't slap.
bold declarative ginger snap statement, we are going to end our podcast, and we're going to do it by outroing our party. Starting from my left, as Pregnart and as Parrot of Lincoln Woods, we have Zach.
Goodbye.
To his left, we have as Lord Jarrell the Light and Dr. Dedu, we have John.
Until next time.
As Felix Fizzlebottom, we have Francesco.
So long for now.
To his left, as Murph Eastlaw and the Lord, Captain and slightly bewildered Quinn Southwind, we have Mike.
I am so happy with how I performed this time. Who the hell are these people?
And to his left, as Hedrick the Entertainer, we have Phil.
I can't believe I'm on an airship. Oh, this is great. These guys are great. Man, Zero's up. Man, what's up? All right, I'm talking to you guys.
And my name is Dave. I've been your host and Dungeon Master, not just for this episode, but for this arc. Next episode, we turn it over to Francesco, and Zero rejoins the party.
Yeah.
Hey. Woo. All right, bye-bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So long.
Slaps.